swept from the waiter suite, from the double ankle grab suite. Let's just go the process of Carl trying to get to the safety position. He might get swept. And you get no points for a sweep unless you come up on top. So the goal is, if you get swept, okay, I get swept, it's no big deal. Just don't let your opponent get up on top. We'll look at two concepts to stop that. So let's just say I was playing a seated guard. Carl might make the mistake of bending over to grab my ankles. The minute he does, I make the cross grip. Okay, get a 2-on-1. As I fall back into the supine position, I can get my foot on his hip and make the grip on the cap. Again, this is just your basic tripod stick for those that are familiar with it. Foot comes in and he makes the hook. Again, this concept, push-pull concept, one of the foundations of jiu-jitsu. I'm going to pull on the cross grip, I'm going to push with my foot on the hip, and I'm going to pull on Carl's ankle. As I put him down, watch what happens. Carl's falling to his shoulder, and I'm using that momentum as I pull myself up, and again, with the underhook, back into a slice pass. Back again. Early days, that was your go-to. It's worked too well now. So we're in our position. Maybe in the hand fight, I've snagged the cross grip. Okay. Grab my 2-on-1 as I fall back. Notice the way I'm not falling straight back. I'm actually falling back at an angle, putting my foot out to here. Because what happens is, if I fall back, put my foot in Carl's hip, Carl's already smearing that away. Back a step, and he is pushing on this leg down. Now he can hit the knee slice pass. So we want to be thinking about cutting an angle. So once I make that cross grip here, as I fall back, I'm turning away from Carl. Okay. Find the ankle. As the foot comes in, it's a bit of a hip twist to put him down. As I'm coming up, I can move the underhook, walk the step back. But let's talk about what happens if I go. So let's just say I go for the guard pass, Carl makes the grip, foot comes on the hip, his foot comes in and he takes me down. I definitely don't want to land on my shoulder. Already Carl's head's higher than mine, he's coming up on top, maybe hitting the pass or whatever. So we want to think about, if I get swept, it's no big deal, I just don't let it come up on top. So he's made that cross grip, foot's on the hip. As he takes me over, I come to an elbow, if that makes sense. I don't come to here. Eventually I'm coming to the hand, but notice the way Carl snagged the cross grip. We can do this from a number of different sweeps. I know for Carl to come up, he has to withdraw that leg. And even if he's got that, I just find out. Come up, Carl. I'm coming up. So once I'm here, first thing is, I know he has to withdraw his leg. Notice the way Carl's being a smart bastard. He turned his hip. So when he's on his right hip, he needs to withdraw his right leg. Stay on. Yeah, and then you're coming up. Okay, watch what happened. Take it back a step. He turned onto this other hip, which means now he can come up. Okay, take it back a step. On the bottom, I hadn't planned to go through this, but that's in that position. Just turn onto your right hip. No, other hip. Perfect. So, if he's on that side, that's the leg he needs to go. Okay? So watch. The minute Carl turns onto his other side, he just grabs that way. Come up. Does that make sense? Notice the way, two things. My hips are higher than his, my head is higher than his. If I have those two things, I'm coming up on top. Does that make sense? Let's get another angle on that. Don't worry too much about the switching on the hips, just keep it simple. Okay, so Carl's got the cross grip. He takes me over. I don't fall to the shoulder. I fall to an elbow. Okay. From there, I'll just find hands. Okay. Now from here, I build the base from my elbow to my hand. Now my goal is technical stand-up. So I plant my foot on the mat. My hips are higher than Carl's. My head's higher than Carl's. And now we're back into the whole stuff. Got an angle, shelf, spike, control, legs. Again. So, started off, I initially wanted to pass the guard. He snags it, takes me over, I fall to an elbow. I make the grip. Okay. Now as he tries to come up, I'm coming up. I make my grips, only this time from here I don't enter the toe line, cut the angle, shelf towards the hip line, shelf towards the center line,